Hello, people from around the world, and welcome back to Money Mindset. If you're in your 20s, you're stepping into adulthood, right? I know it can feel overwhelming, but don't worry. We can navigate this adulting journey together, especially when it comes to managing money. Today, we're diving into essential money habits that are practical and easy to implement. These tips don't require a huge budget to get started. We're talking about simple, actionable steps that can make a big difference over time. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's get started. First things first, we got to talk about tracking your spending. It's the foundation of good financial health. I know, it sounds kind of boring, but trust me on this. It's more important than you might think. Knowing where your money actually goes is like the key to this whole money thing. It's the first step to taking control of your finances. Because let's be real, those little $5 coffees and those harmless online shopping sprees, they seem small, but they can add up really quick. Yeah, they add up so fast that you might not even realize how much you're actually spending. The easiest way to track your spending is to use an app. There are so many great tools out there to help you keep tabs on your money. Personally, I'm all about Mint, but there's also YNAB, which people are obsessed with. Or you can even just use a plain old spreadsheet. The important thing is to find a method that works for you and stick with it. Now, for the dreaded B-word budgeting, it might sound intimidating, but it's actually a powerful tool for managing your money. Don't worry, it's not as terrifying as it sounds. In fact, once you get the hang of it, budgeting is pretty straightforward. Start by figuring out how much money you actually get each month after taxes and stuff. This is your net income, and it's the starting point for your budget. Then, list out all your expenses. Rent, bills, groceries, those late-night Uber Eats orders, the essentials. Don't forget to include any subscriptions or recurring payments. Also, when working on your budget, you're likely doing it alone, so there's no need to hide or conveniently forget some of the expenses you've made this month. Be completely honest and lay everything out to ensure your budget is as accurate as possible, down to the last penny. The goal here is to make sure your income is more than your expenses. Sounds obvious, right? But it's seriously life-changing. If you find that your expenses are higher than your income, it's time to make some adjustments. By tracking your spending and making a budget, you're not just randomly throwing money at things and hoping for the best. You're making informed decisions about where your money goes. You're in control, and that's a seriously empowering feeling. It might take some time to get used to, but once you do, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. So start tracking, start budgeting, and take charge of your financial future. Okay, next up is something called an emergency fund. It sounds kind of serious, but it's basically just a fancy way of saying money you save for when life throws you a curveball. And trust me, life is full of curveballs. Think about it. Your car could decide to break down, your phone could take a tragic dip in the toilet, or you could suddenly need to fly home for a family emergency. Having an emergency fund means you don't have to freak out and go into debt when these things happen. So, how much should you save? Ideally, you want to aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. I know that sounds like a lot, especially when you're just starting out, but the key here is to start small. Even if you can only swing $20 or $50 a month right now, that's totally fine. Remember, after you reached your goal for your emergency fund, you don't need to keep putting money aside until you used it. Set up a separate savings account specifically for your emergency fund and set up an automatic transfer from your checking account each month. You won't even miss the money, and it'll add up way faster than you think. Just remember, this money is for emergencies only. As tempting as it might be to dip into it for a music festival ticket or a new pair of shoes, resist the urge. Your future self will thank you. Now, you might be wondering, where should you keep this emergency fund? The best place is a high-yield savings account. This way, your money can grow a bit while still being easily accessible. Look for accounts with no monthly fees and good interest rates. You want your money to be safe, but also to work for you. And remember, building an emergency fund is a journey. It won't happen overnight, but every little bit you save brings you closer to financial security. Celebrate your progress along the way. Each deposit, no matter how small, is a step towards peace of mind. In the end, having an emergency fund is all about creating a safety net for yourself. It's about being prepared for the unexpected and ensuring that you can handle whatever life throws your way. So start today, no matter how small. Remember, it's not just about saving money. It's about building a foundation for a stable and secure future. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Retirement, isn't that like a million years away? And yeah, it might feel that way, but trust me on this one. Starting to save for retirement in your 20s is one of the smartest money moves you can make. Why so early? because of this magical little thing called compound interest. Basically, it means that the earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow, like exponentially. It's kind of like a snowball effect, but with money. If your job offers a retirement plan like a 401k and they match your contributions, contribute enough to get that match. It's literally free money, people. If you don't have a 401k, look into opening a Roth IRA, which is a type of retirement savings account that offers tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals in retirement. There are tons of resources online that can help you figure it out, or you can talk to a financial advisor if you want some extra guidance. The point is, even if you can only afford to contribute a small amount each month right now, it'll make a huge difference in the long run. You're basically setting up your future self for financial freedom, and that's a pretty amazing gift to give yourself. Okay, let's talk about lifestyle inflation. It's a real thing, and it can seriously sabotage your financial goals if you're not careful. Basically, lifestyle inflation is what happens when you start making more money and you slowly start spending more money to match your new income. You get a raise, you upgrade your apartment, you get a bonus, you buy a fancy new gadget. It's totally normal to want to treat yourself when you have more money, but the problem with lifestyle inflation is that it can keep you stuck in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much you earn. Instead of letting your spending balloon out of control every time you get a raise, try to keep your expenses relatively stable. If you do decide to treat yourself, make it something you've been saving up for and really value, not just an impulse purchase. By avoiding lifestyle inflation, you'll be able to save and invest more of your income, which means you'll reach your financial goals way faster. Plus, it'll help you build a healthier relationship with money, which is something we should all be striving for. Chapter 5, Debt Payoff. You got this. Okay, let's talk about debt. It's a heavy topic, but we gotta address the elephant in the room. Debt can feel overwhelming and stressful, but remember, you're not alone in this journey. Many people face similar challenges, and there are ways to tackle it effectively. If you're carrying around student loan debt, credit card debt, or any other kind of debt, paying it down should be a top priority. It's important to understand the different types of debt you have and how they impact your financial health. High interest debt, like credit card balances, is the worst offender because it can quickly spiral out of control if you're only making minimum payments. The interest can accumulate rapidly, making it harder to pay off the principal amount. There are a couple of different strategies you can use to tackle your debt. It's crucial to choose a method that aligns with your financial goals and personal preferences. One popular method is the avalanche method, where you focus on paying down your highest interest debt first. This approach saves you the most money on interest charges in the long run, making it a financially savvy choice. Another option is the snowball method, where you start by paying off your smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate. This method can be really motivating because you get to cross off debts from your list more quickly, which can keep you going when things get tough. The psychological boost from seeing progress can be incredibly powerful. Ultimately, the best debt payoff method is the one that works best for you and your financial situation. It's about finding a strategy that you can stick with and that makes you feel empowered. The important thing is to have a plan and stick to it as much as possible. Consistency is key when it comes to paying off debt. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your plan can also help you stay on track. By chipping away at your debt consistently, you're freeing up more of your income each month, which you can then use to save, invest, or just enjoy life more. Imagine the relief and freedom you'll feel once you're no longer burdened by debt. It's a journey worth taking, and every step forward is a step towards financial freedom. Invest in yourself. You're worth it. Okay, this one might seem a little out of place in a video about money habits, but trust me on this. Investing in yourself is one of the best financial decisions you can make. Think about it. When you invest in your education, your skills, and your personal growth, you're increasing your earning potential and opening up new opportunities for yourself. This could mean taking a course to learn a new skill, attending a conference or workshop in your field, or even just investing in books or online resources that can help you level up your knowledge. And the best part is, investing in yourself doesn't have to be expensive. There are tons of free or low-cost resources available online, like online courses, tutorials, and even just informative YouTube videos, like this one. The key is to be proactive and make a conscious effort to keep learning and growing throughout your life. It's an investment that will pay off in dividends for years to come. Set goals and actually achieve them. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about goals. Having clear financial goals is crucial because it gives you something to work towards and helps you stay motivated on your financial journey. Do you want to save up for a down payment on a house? Pay off your student loans in record time? Finally take that dream trip to Europe? Whatever your goals are, write them down and break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. Having a plan makes your goals feel less overwhelming and more achievable. Plus, it's super satisfying to check things off your list as you make progress. Don't forget to review your goals regularly, maybe every month or every quarter, to see how you're doing and make adjustments as needed. Life is constantly changing, and your goals should be flexible enough to change with you. And there you have it, 7 essential money habits that'll set you up for financial success in your 20s and beyond. I know it can seem overwhelming at first, but remember, you don't have to do everything perfectly right away. Start small, pick 1 or 2 habits to focus on first, and gradually incorporate the others as you get more comfortable. The most important thing is to be consistent and make these habits a part of your regular routine. Trust me, your future self will thank you. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tips on navigating this crazy thing called adulthood. See you in the next one.